if we're looking at a sustained period of 5, 6%, what on earth are we likely to see? I mean, you worked in Washington, you
Yeah.
know what they're going to be doing. Like, what on earth are they going to be doing? I mean, as if 5 or 6% inflation continues over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
What are they going to be doing in the Eccles building, as I call it, at the Federal Reserve? Basically, they're going to be surprising you and they're going to be disappointing Wall Street because everybody thinks the Fed has done its job. Inflation has turned the corner. Maybe one or two more 25 basis point rate increases, and then they'll be done. And by next fall, they'll be cutting rates again in order to, re-stimulate the economy. That's the big judgment error that I think is developing today. Of course, Wall Street loves to promote that notion because people then think, well, maybe I'll buy stock now at the bottom and it's going to go up a lot by the end of next year. But that's wrong. And people who are involved in real estate or investing in real estate should be taken in by that. The Fed, whether it wants to or not, is going to have to stay at very high, much higher interest rates for far longer than anyone expects in order to get this inflation down. And I have some experience with this. I was a congressman in the late 70s, and then I became budget director in January 1981. And that was right when Volcker was wrestling the big inflation of the 1970s to the ground. And what people forget, he started raising rates the day he became Fed chairman, which was in August 1979. And he really didn't stop. He raised them dramatically and then kept them high well into 1983 and 1984. It took a long time once you have this inflation momentum in the system, which is to say prices pushing wages, wages pushing costs, cost pushing prices, and then around and around and around again. That's where we are. And so I think the Fed is going to be in an inflation fighting mode, or they're going to pause their rate increases, but not pivot and start cutting rates. I think they're going to be in that mode for several years to come. And that's going to be a big shock to the system, to the markets next year, because everybody thinks, the battle has been won, and it hasn't.